You've been told to say more, to declare, to affirm, to repeat until your voice goes numb. But the universe never needed your words. It only hears your signal. That's why people repeat, "I am abundant," while secretly vibrating in fear. And nothing changes. Affirmations feel good because they tickle the mind. But the field isn't listening to your mind. It's listening to your frequency. Every thought is wrapped in an emotion. Every emotion broadcasts a tone. That tone is your true language. So when your body is tight with lack, when your breath is shallow with doubt, you can chant for hours and still radiate the opposite request. This is the great misunderstanding. It's not your words that manifest. It's your vibration. Pause for a moment. Feel the gap between what you say and what you are. That gap is the reason the mirror of reality stays the same. But here's the secret. When the gap closes, when what you say, what you feel, and what you radiate match, the field has no choice. It bends. The universe speaks one language, frequency. Not English, not Arabic, not any tongue you were taught in school. It listens to the pulse of your being, the hum beneath your words, the electromagnetic echo of your heart. Every thought sends out a ripple. Every emotion colors that ripple with power. Together they broadcast a signal the field cannot ignore. When you are in fear, your signal is jagged, chaotic, weak. When you are in gratitude, your signal becomes coherent, magnetic, undeniable. This is why gratitude is not shallow positivity. It is not pretending everything is fine. It is a physiological state, a measurable vibration that orders the chaos inside you. And when your inner world is ordered, the outer world follows. Most people try to push reality into shape with effort. They hustle, force, and strain. But force is the language of separation. Frequency is the language of alignment. The question isn't, "What do I need to say?" The real question is, "What am I radiating?" Because the field doesn't give you what you request. It gives you what you are. This is why so many people quit manifestation. They say the words. They write the affirmations. They whisper their desires 1,000 times. And still, nothing shifts. It is not because manifestation doesn't work. It is because the signal underneath the words never changed. You can stand in front of the mirror and declare, "I am love." But if your nervous system is tense with doubt, if your heart is carrying the memory of rejection, if your body is rehearsing fear every single day, then the words become hollow. The field doesn't translate your sentences. It translates your state. Affirmations spoken from lack become announcements of affirmations spoken from longing, become echoes of absence. That is why effort often feels like running in circles. You are trying to convince the field with your voice, while your vibration is sending the opposite message. The truth is simple. You don't manifest by forcing words into the air. You manifest by tuning your being into coherence, because when your body, mind, and heart align in one signal, the words are no longer needed. The frequency speaks for you. Quantum physics has already revealed what ancient wisdom whispered for centuries. Matter is not solid. Matter is energy, condensed, organized, observed into form. Every atom around you is vibrating. Every particle is humming with unseen motion. And your consciousness, your attention, your focus interacts with it. The famous double-slit experiment proved it. When particles are observed, they behave differently. Why? Because awareness itself shapes matter. Observation collapses possibility into reality. This means your life is not happening to you. It is responding to you. The thoughts you repeat, the emotions you dwell in, the silent expectations you carry, they are not private. They are instructions. Your vibration is an instruction written in the only language the field understands, and the field answers with form. This is why gratitude changes lives, not because it is polite, but because gratitude is a coherent vibration, a signal that stabilizes your energy and organizes the particles of your world. You are not a body hoping for miracles. You are an energetic being broadcasting creation, and every day, every hour, every moment, your frequency is writing the script of your reality. Look at your life right now, every circumstance, every relationship, every result. It is not random. It is a reflection, a mirror. The outer world is the printout. The inner world is the code. When you wake up in frustration, your day begins to mirror frustration. When you carry hidden fear, your choices magnetize. When you radiate calm certainty, opportunities recognize you without effort. Reality is a hologram. It projects what you consistently broadcast. Not sometimes, always. The problem is not that the field ignores you. The problem is that you keep sending mixed signals. One moment you affirm abundance. One moment you imagine love. The next moment you rehearse rejection. The mirror doesn't judge. It simply reflects. This is why change feels hard. Not because the field resists you, but because you have not yet stabilized a new frequency long enough for the reflection to shift. The question is never, why isn't it working? The question is always, what am I radiating consistently? Because the mirror can only show you what you refuse to stop being. Right now, you may feel a gap, a space between the life you're living and the life you desire. That gap is not a punishment. It is not evidence of failure. It is a portal. The ache you feel inside, the tension between what is and what could be, is the signal calling you into alignment. It is the compass pointing to who you are becoming. Most people mistake the gap for proof. They are unworthy. They stare at it, complain about it, fear it, and in doing so, they feed it. They make the gap wider. But when you understand the truth, the gap is vibrational tension. It exists to stretch you, to wake you up, to force your frequency to rise, to match your vision. Think of a string pulled tight before it sings. That tension is necessary. It is what allows music to be born. So don't curse the gap. Don't resist it. Enter it. The gap is where transformation lives. Not in the comfort of what you already know, but in the vibration of what you are learning to embody. Every time you breathe into that space, every time you choose faith over fear, you collapse the distance. The life you desire steps closer. Not because it was far, but because you finally tuned to its frequency. Every manifestation begins with identity, not with action, not with effort, not even with desire. Identity is the signal. Who you believe yourself to be is the vibration the field listens to. If you see yourself as lacking, no amount of affirmations will erase the broadcast of lack. If you secretly believe you are unworthy, no amount of wishing will override the frequency of rejection. You cannot manifest abundance while vibrating as someone who is broke. You cannot call in love while embodying fear of being left. You cannot attract freedom while identifying as a prisoner of circumstance. The secret is not to chase what you want. The secret is to embody who already has it. Ask yourself, if I were already living my dream life, who would I be? How would I wake up? How would I breathe? How would I walk into a room? What would I tolerate? And what would I no longer accept? This is the alignment the field responds to, not words. Being, because when you shift identity, your choices shift, your posture shifts, your energy shifts, and life cannot help but rearrange itself to reflect the new frequency. The field is not waiting for your request. It is waiting for your coherence. The moment you decide to be the version of yourself you've been chasing, that is the moment reality bends. Coherence is the secret most people overlook. It is the alignment of thought, emotion, and energy into one unified signal. When the mind says one thing, the heart feels another, and the body rehearses fear. Your frequency is scattered. The field receives confusion, and confusion cannot collapse into clarity. But when thought and feeling match, when intention and emotion vibrate together, you become magnetic. You become a transmitter of certainty. This is why elevated emotions like gratitude, love, and trust are so powerful. They harmonize the heart and the brain. They create coherence in your electromagnetic field. And coherence is the language the universe cannot ignore. It is not about forcing positivity. It is about generating a state where your entire being agrees. Gratitude is not just a mood, it is a frequency, a vibration that tells the field, this is already mine, and the field, being responsive, mirrors it back, not as a metaphor, but as events, opportunities, and synchronicities aligned with that signal. When your inner world is ordered, your outer world becomes organized. When your vibration is coherent, reality arranges itself into coherence. It is physics. You don't attract what you say. You attract what you are, consistently, coherently, completely. Most people live their lives chasing success, chasing love, chasing freedom. They run faster, work harder, and try to force outcomes into place. And yet, the faster they run, the further the dreams. Why? Because effort is the language of separation. When you chase something, you confirm to the field that you don't already have it. You broadcast lack, you radiate distance. The field doesn't respond to your struggle, it responds to your state. This is why manifestation doesn't come from pushing. It comes from tuning. When you match the frequency of what you desire, you no longer have to chase it. It begins to recognize you. Think of a radio dial. You don't force the station to play your song. You tune to its frequency, and the music flows naturally. Life works the same way. The song you hear is the station you're tuned to. The reality you live is the frequency you stabilize in. Effort alone keeps you locked in survival, but resonance sets you free. Because the universe doesn't amplify your struggle, it amplifies your signal. The moment you stop grasping and start embodying, the field responds with precision, not because you forced it, but because you finally spoke its language. Quantum physics has already revealed a truth most people still resist. Your attention is not passive, it is creative. The double-slit experiment proved that particles behave differently when observed. Possibilities collapse into form under the gaze of awareness. In other words, Consciousness organizes energy into reality. This means you are never just watching life. You are shaping it. Every time you focus on fear, you collapse more reasons to be afraid. Every time you dwell in gratitude, you collapse more experiences to be grateful for. The field is neutral. It simply mirrors the signal of the observer. This is why your attention is the most valuable currency you own. Whatever you consistently observe with emotion becomes the instruction the universe obeys. The trap is unconscious observation. Most people replay the same memories, the same worries, the same doubts. And without realizing it, they are collapsing the same reality, again and again. But the moment you become aware, the moment you choose to direct your focus with intention, you stop being a victim of circumstance. You step into authorship. Attention is not just seeing, it is selecting, and every selection becomes the world you live in. The question is not, what do I want? The real question is, what am I consistently observing with my heart, my mind, and my breath? Because wherever you place your awareness, life begins to form. The universe doesn't respond to, it responds to felt emotion, because feeling is frequency. Greg Braden calls it the language of feeling. And he's right. Your emotions are not private. They radiate as measurable electromagnetic signals. They extend beyond your body, shaping the field around you. This is why affirmations spoken without feeling are powerless. You can say, "I am abundant" all day long. But if underneath you are vibrating with worry and lack, the field hears lack as the true request. Emotion is the amplifier. It turns a quiet thought into a broadcast strong enough to bend reality. Love, gratitude, compassion. These are coherent states. They bring your heart and mind into harmony. And when harmony is achieved, your signal becomes clear, magnetic, undeniable. Fear, shame, and doubt. These scatter your energy. They send mixed signals into the field, and the universe, being exact, reflects that confusion back to you. The key is not to fake elevated emotion. It is to generate it, to breathe into your heart, to summon gratitude for what already is, to step into the feeling of wholeness before the evidence arrives. Because when your body feels it, the field receives it. And when the field receives it, life responds with experiences that match. This is not imagination. It is physics. The heart speaks louder than the tongue, and the universe only answers the language of coherence. Science now confirms what mystics always knew. Your heart is not just a pump of blood. It is a transmitter of energy. The electromagnetic field of the heart extends several feet beyond your body. It carries information about your emotions, your intentions, your state of being. And that field interacts constantly with the larger quantum field around you. This means every beat of your heart is more than biology. It is communication. It is language. When your heart is incoherent, beating in patterns of stress, fear, or frustration, your field is chaotic. Your signal is scattered. And the mirror of reality reflects back that same disorder. But when your heart is coherent, when it is harmonized through gratitude, compassion, or calm presence, your signal becomes ordered, strong, radiant. The universe listens, matter organizes, life aligns. This is why ancient practices always began with the heart, why prayers, meditations, and rituals focused on devotion, love, and gratitude. They were not symbolic gestures. They were technologies of frequency. The most advanced tool you carry is not outside of you. It is within your chest, broadcasting every moment. The question is never, is the universe hearing me? The question is, what is my heart broadcasting right now? Because the field is always listening, and it answers in the only way it knows how, by rearranging reality to match your signal. What mystics once called the aura, science now calls the biofield. It is the invisible cloud of energy surrounding you, shaped by your thoughts, your emotions, and your subconscious patterns. This field is not imagination. It is measurable. It reflects the sum of who you are being. Every belief you hold, every story you repeat, etches itself into your field. Every elevated emotion strengthens it. Every state of fear or doubt distorts it. And because the biofield interacts with the quantum field, your aura becomes a blueprint. It imprints reality. It instructs the environment around you on how to respond. This is why life keeps repeating familiar patterns, the relationships that echo the same lessons, the circumstances that replay the same struggle. They are not coincidence. They are reflections of the signature you're broadcasting. Change doesn't begin outside. It begins in your field. When you shift your baseline emotion, your aura shifts. When you embody a new identity, your aura reorganizes. And when your aura changes, life cannot help but follow. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are radiating. Your aura is the evidence. Your aura is the map. Your aura is the silent command. Life is obeying right now. So, if you want to know what you're broadcasting, don't look at your words. Look at your life. It is the mirror of your field. Gratitude is more than a polite response. It is a frequency, a magnetic state that reorganizes everything inside you and around you. When you generate true gratitude, your heart shifts into coherence. Your brain calms, your nervous system softens, and your energy field becomes ordered. In that moment, you are no longer chasing what is. You are embodying wholeness. You are vibrating as if the desire has already been fulfilled, and the field responds. Not someday, not when it feels like it. Immediately, because gratitude collapses the illusion of waiting, it tells the universe, "This is already mine. I already live it. I already am it." Most people confuse gratitude with pretending. They say, "Thank you," while secretly vibrating lack. And the field, being precise, answers the true signal. But when you enter genuine gratitude, not forced, not faked, but felt from the heart, your frequency becomes undeniable. Reality has to rearrange. It is electromagnetic alignment. It is the key that opens doors effort cannot. It is the vibration that makes the unseen begin to crystallize into the seen. Every time you choose gratitude, you are telling the field, "I remember who I am. I remember what is possible." And the field remembers with you. Waiting, it disguises itself as patience, but beneath it lives a vibration of lack. When you wait for proof, you confirm that proof is missing. When you wait for change, you broadcast the belief that change has not yet come. And the field, ever precise, mirrors that waiting back to you. This is why so many dreams seem stuck on the horizon. They are not far away. They are being delayed by the vibration of waiting. The truth is simple. You do not receive once the evidence appears. You receive when you embody the state before the evidence. Abundance does not arrive because you long for it. It arrives because you live as the version of yourself who already has it. Love doesn't, it shows up because you radiate the frequency of someone who already knows they are worthy. The trap of waiting dissolves the moment you step into being. Not tomorrow, not when the signs arrive. Now every breath, every choice, every moment is an opportunity to embody your future self. The one who doesn't wait. The one who because the universe doesn't reward those who beg for time. It responds to those who collapse time by living in the frequency of the answer now. You are not meant to wait for the shift. You are meant to be the shift. You don't manifest what you visit. You manifest what you live in. Most people treat their frequency like a revolving door. One day aligned, the next day scattered. One moment in gratitude, the next in fear. And they wonder why reality doesn't change. The field is not confused. It is consistent. It reflects what you hold steadily, not what you touch occasionally. This is why stability is everything. When you stabilize in the identity of your future self, when you refuse to abandon that state, no matter what your senses show, you collapse timelines. The field reorganizes. The universe doesn't speak ambition. It speaks embodiment. It doesn't respond to quick bursts of hope. It responds to the frequency you return to again and again. Think of a tuning fork. Strike it once, and the sound fades. Strike it consistently, and the vibration fills the room. Your identity works the same way. Stay stable in one vibration long enough, and the world has no choice but to harmonize with it. This is why the masters of manifestation are not the loudest. They are the most stable. They hold the signal without shaking. They trust the process without doubt. They become so anchored in the frequency of their vision that reality bends around them. Stability is not boring. It is power. It is the quiet force that turns frequency into form. Manifestation is not about improving the old reality. It is about stepping into a new one. Most people try to rearrange the furniture inside the same room. They push harder, speak louder, and chase longer, but all within the same frequency. The result? Slight changes, but the same story. The real shift is dimensional, not moving from one place to another, but moving from one state of being to another. This is the leap. The moment you stop asking, "How do I get there?" and start embodying the version of you who already lives there in the third dimension, life feels heavy. Linear cause and effect. Struggle and survival, but when you rise in frequency, time bends, opportunities accelerate. Reality reflects consciousness instead of circumstance. In the fourth dimension, you notice it first, your thoughts and emotions shaping the timeline. In the fifth, identity itself becomes fluid. Manifestation is no longer about reaching. It becomes about being here, the few chosen by frequency. The leap is not effort. It is surrender. It is the dissolving of the old self, the one addicted to waiting, doubting, and worrying, and the rise of the true self, already aligned with the higher frequency of your vision. The field doesn't make you earn the leap. It waits for you to choose it, and the moment you do, life rearranges. Not slowly immediately, because once you shift dimensions, the rules change. You are no longer surviving inside the old frequency. You are creating inside the new one. The future you are chasing is not far away. It already exists. It is alive in frequency, waiting for you to remember it. Every possibility of your life is encoded in the field. Every version of you, abundant, free, fulfilled, is not a fantasy. It is a vibration already humming in the quantum. Time tricks you into believing you must wait. But the field does not measure in minutes or years. It measures in resonance. The moment you match the frequency of your future self, you collapse the illusion of time. This is why transformation can feel instant. One day you struggle. The next, everything opens. It is not luck, it is alignment. You tune to the version of you that was already there. Ask yourself, if my future self already had the life I dream of, how would they breathe? How would they carry their body? What choices would they refuse? What boundaries would they hold? Then live from that place now, because when you act, think, and feel as if it is already yours, you are not pretending. You are embodying, and embodiment is the key. The field does not wait for the calendar to catch up. It responds the moment your vibration your future self is not tomorrow. It is now, and every breath is a doorway into them. You do not convince the universe with sentences. You instruct it with embodiment. Words without alignment are echoes that fade, but embodiment, living as the version of you who already has the vision, is a signal the field cannot ignore. You can say, "I am free," while your body rehearses tension, while your choices broadcast fear, while your aura reflects doubt. The words may sound powerful, but the signal is fractured. Yet, when your posture shifts, when your breath deepens, when your daily decisions align with your future self, the frequency speaks for you. This is why becoming is more powerful than speaking. The field does not respond to noise. It responds to coherence. And coherence is born when thought, feeling, and action are one. Embodiment turns affirmation into truth. It transforms intention into instruction. It makes your vibration so steady that the universe has no choice but to mirror it. You don't attract by announcing who you want to be. You attract by being it. And the moment you embody that state consistently, life reorganizes, not because you begged it to, but because resonance is law. The field is not waiting for your words. It is waiting for your being. Look around you. Every detail of your life right now is feedback, not punishment, not reward, feedback. Your relationships mirror the vibration you carry about love. Your finances mirror the vibration you carry about worth. Your opportunities mirror the vibration you carry about possibility. The field is not cruel, it is precise. It reflects your signal with perfect accuracy. Most people misinterpret this. They see struggle and assume the universe is against them. They see delay and assume they are unworthy. But the truth is simpler. Life is showing you the frequency you have been broadcasting. If you don't like what you see, you are not broken. You are being invited. Invited to recalibrate. Invited to shift your baseline. Invited to choose a new emotional home. Reality is not testing you. It is teaching you. Every circumstance is feedback, pointing directly to the vibration behind it. So instead of asking, why, ask, what is this showing me about my signal? Because the moment you see reality as feedback, you stop fighting it. You start decoding it. And once you decode it, you are free to rewrite it. The mirror does not lie. It simply waits for you to change the reflection. Patterns feel permanent. Until they don't, the same arguments, the same fears, the same struggles. They repeat, not because fate has chosen them, but because your frequency has stabilized in them. The body learns loops, the mind rehearses stories, the emotions replay on autopilot. And without realizing it, you radiate the same signal day after day. But here's the truth. Patterns collapse the moment you stabilize a new frequency. You cannot keep living as the old self and expect the field to deliver the new life. The vibration of who you were must dissolve, so the vibration of who you are becoming can take its place. At first, the collapse feels like chaos. Opportunities vanish. Relationships shift. Emotions surface. But this is not destruction. It is reorganization. The old frequency is breaking apart. The loop is losing power, and the field is recalibrating to your new state. Most people panic here. They think everything is falling apart, but in truth, everything is falling into alignment. The key is stability. Hold the new frequency long enough, and the old one has no choice but to fade. The past cannot survive when the present signal no longer feeds it. This is how timelines change. This is how identities dissolve. This is how new realities are born. You are the frequency that sustains it. And the moment you choose differently, the loop collapses. The distance between the life you have and the life you desire is not measured in miles or years. It is measured in vibration. The bridge is not built with effort. It is built with consistency. Every time you return to gratitude, every time you choose calm over chaos, every time you align with the version of yourself who already lives the dream, you are crossing the bridge. Slowly, the outer world bends to meet the inner one. Circumstances shift, people appear. Opportunities arrange themselves in ways your logic could never plan. It was always your frequency, and once you stabilize it, the crossing becomes inevitable. You came here to remember, to awaken from the spell of words, waiting, and worry. To stop speaking English to a universe that only understands frequency. The field doesn't hear your requests, it hears your radiance. It hears your baseline. It hears who you are in the silence between words. So stop begging, stop chasing, stop waiting. Breathe as your future self, walk as your future self, love as your future self, decide as your future self, because the universe is not asking for more effort. It is asking for coherence, and the moment you give it that, the field bends. The truth has always been simple. You are not here to convince the universe with noise. You are here to broadcast with being. Words fade, but frequency endures, and the field responds always to the vibration you hold. So today, choose differently. Stop speaking from lack. Start radiating from wholeness. Stop waiting for proof. Start living, because the future you desire is not on its way. It is here, right now, encoded in the field, waiting for you to match it. This is your moment. Your breath is the key. Your heart is the transmitter. Your frequency is the command. Remember, the universe doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you are, so become it now. And if you're ready to live as that self, not tomorrow, not someday, but now, stay with this channel, step deeper into this work, and choose to never forget again, because the field has been waiting for you all along.